Welcome to Think is Contagious. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. I'm going to jump into talk about a couple of things that's going to be rehashed, but so many good things that popped into my head on the same topic that I'm going to repeat a little bit and elaborate a little bit, and hopefully you enjoy it. Um, Back to those bar hearings. I can't get over them. I hope you had a chance to hear them. I hope you maybe saw what we're trying to drive at as to what the objective was, the agenda was. And it made me think, I'm going to, date myself here, but it made me think back to uh, Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, in the rope-a-dope fight. And the thought there was, Ali's strategy was that, George Foreman, you see him now on TV selling uh, fryers, and you see him on TV now selling um, other things such as uh, insurances, insurances for appliances and things. And he seems the most affable, nice, easygoing. But when he was a boxer, that guy was a machine. He scowled. He was like Sonny Liston reincarnate. And people were afraid of him. Everyone was afraid of him. Even Ali was afraid of him. And Foreman could punch and knock down a house. So the whole thing, the whole strategy Ali had was, I can't punch with him, I can't fight with him, so I'm going to wear him out. So Ali threw himself against the ropes, let Foreman just bash away for 6, 7 rounds. And at the end, Foreman couldn't move, and then Ali went in and took care of him. It was just a magical, classical strategy fight. Everything worked out, and he outsmarted him. And I think the Democrats were trying to do the same thing. They said, we can't compete with Barr as far as acumen is concerned, as far as the facts are concerned, as far as intelligence is concerned. They were intimidated by Barr. And you could see it because the whole tactic was tie up Barr. Don't let Barr extend. Don't let Barr reason. Don't let Barr talk because he's going to make you look bad. And that's what the Democrats were afraid was going to happen. And their whole strategy was don't let him talk. Don't let him answer. Ask questions that are yes and no. Keep him on his toes. Let's attack, but don't give him a chance because, man, if he gets into us, we're done. So I think that that's the way that I saw it. I hope that's the way that you saw it too. I'm thinking also now, I'm jumping on another topic. This is a new one, but, I have a couple of friends of mine that are really, really, really liberal. And, they're good people. They're good friends of mine, but they're really liberal. And I'm thinking a little bit, and, I talk to them, and, they've watched these podcasts a few times, and, they roll their eyes, and things. But I'm thinking that, I'm thinking back on these couple of friends of mine, and I'm trying to think back, as long as I've known them, 30-something years, and we've discussed politics, I've never heard them once say one good thing about a Republican. I haven't ever heard them like me with the Democrats. I'm like I've said, I lean conservative, but I acknowledge that John F. Kennedy had great economic policy, lower taxes, trickle down economics started. Reagan got it from Kennedy. I give Kennedy credit for that. He lowered taxes right away. And I love his, ask not what you can do for your country, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. I mean, I thought Kennedy was had great qualities. There's a few things I disagree vehemently with, which was Cuba, but economic policy, I always give him credit. Bill Clinton, I like his economic. I like the way he handled the economy. I gave him credit. I disagree with some other parts of his the way he handled himself, but that's not what we're talking about. Obama, I mean, to me, Obama was the worst president that I've ever lived under. Since I've had like knowledge of politics, he's the worst president. Sorry about that. I had a mosquito. He's the worst president that I have lived under. He was just the mouthpiece, and I think he became president because he was willing to say or do anything in order to get to the end justified the means with him. So he bought in, and he did the bidding of He did a lot of damage to this country with globalization, with a lot of the things that the way he sold out to China, and the way he sold out to Russia, the way he just sold out everywhere. But anyway, but even Obama, I give him credit. Obama, I think that Obamacare, although the entire concept needs overhauling, there's some pieces of it that really have benefited our society and all of us, and that is the pre-existing condition mandate, the keeping the kids on the parents' policy till they're 26 years old. Those are all good things. And I think back to my liberal friends and I say, when have I ever heard them say anything good about a Republican? When have I ever heard them say anything good about Donald Trump? When have I ever heard them say that Donald Trump's economy was good, that Donald Trump lowered the unemployment in minorities, that Donald Trump increased his economy, increased the net worth of Hispanics and blacks and Asians, increased their net worth, that their employment was at record levels, that women equality in pay was at record levels. I don't, none of that. You don't hear anything from them regarding that. So I wonder, like, how open-minded are liberals really when you think about it? Because man, you can definitely handpick a couple of things. You got to say something good about Trump. I mean, even if you hate him, you got to say some good things. He's done some good things, but you won't see that. Hell, I don't even see the Democrats say that a Republican freed the slaves. They don't even bring that up. You mentioned Lincoln, Republican, and they hightail it out of there, man. So where is this? Where is this open-mindedness? Where is this fairness? Where is this striving for equality and fairness and kumbaya that the liberals all preach? It's not there. It's not there, and they're pretty much. And I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them are phonies. And now, finally, the last one that I want to talk about is a repeat, sort of. It's something I talked about a couple of days ago, or a day ago. I got to go back to that Oakland mayor, man. I have to go back to her standing in front of her microphone and telling the protesters, the peaceful protesters that are burning, looting, pillaging, and rioting, telling those protesters that they should stop, that the reason they should stop is because they're playing into Trump's hands. They're going to give Trump exactly what he wants. What more clear proof do you need to see what the liberal agenda is? The first thing that comes out of their head, out of their mind, out of her mind is, you need to stop because you're helping Trump. Not you need to stop because people are getting hurt. Not you need to stop because businesses are getting shut down and people are losing jobs. Not you need to stop because this is causing damage to our economy. This is causing damage to building properties. This is causing damage to many aspects of our society. You need to stop because this is inhumane. You need to stop because this is not what 99% of the protesters stand for. You need to stop because you are criminals. You need to stop because you are thugs. The 1% here, let's not jump and say that I'm saying Black Lives Matter are all thugs. No, the 1% that are thugs are thugs. And that's why you need to tell them to stop. What does she say? The reason why you should stop is, the reason that you need to stop is because you're helping Donald Trump. So her whole mandate is not to help Donald Trump, to beat Donald Trump. That's what 2016, everything that's happened since he was elected has been. The Ukraine, Russia, the impeachment, the FBI, the probes, the dossier, the coronavirus. Everything is stop Donald Trump. You need more proof? Listen to the Oakland mayor and then think. Think, and you will see that they are inadvertently disclosing the underpinnings of the agenda of the liberal left. The sooner that we see that, the sooner we spread this message, the sooner we talk about this, the better. And then finally, I don't know if you saw, but Twitter or Facebook. I don't know which one. It was one of them, one of the social medias. Donald Trump Jr. Put up a video about a group of doctors out on the West Coast saying that basically there was a drug, there was a steroid that was effective against COVID, and that their stance was that it's something that needs to be addressed, looked into, and used. And it was opposing point of view. I don't know. The science doesn't seem to point to that being accurate, although I did voice and have a telecast, a couple of telecasts back regarding a doctor in California who was using a different steroid, and he claimed great results. But the point is not that. The point is that you, as a doctor, as an educated doctor, go out and voice and say the results of your experiences. They've all taken the same Hippocratic oath. They've all said that they're out looking to try to do the best they can for mankind and humanity and their patients. And they're saying that they believe that there's something here. You may not agree with it. You may want to caveat it and say there's this evidence or that evidence, but you know what? They're FDA-approved drugs, those steroids. If they've worked for some people, if somebody's desperate, if somebody's sick, maybe it'll work for them, maybe it won't, I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing that I know. You don't silence them, because they have as much right to speak as anyone else has the right to speak on these topics. So if their opinion is different, if their opinion contradicts science, we just bring that out. The rebuttal is made on that. And no one's going to go out and treat themselves. They're all going to go to doctors if they have this COVID, and a doctor's going to tell them, hey, that works, or hey, that doesn't work, that's a bunch of hogwash. But you don't silence people. You silence people in Venezuela, you silence people in Cuba, you silence people in Russia, you silence people in Taiwan and China. That's where you silence people, okay? You don't silence people in the United States of America. You let them speak, okay? And that's the name of that tune, is freedom of speech. And there can be all types of caveats on it about what it does or doesn't do, but it's still, you can never undercut the freedom of speech component of this society. All right, I wanted to get into all those things. I felt that I had neglected the detail on some of them, the ones that are repetitive. I hope you found this interesting. I hope you found this enjoyable. I really hope that you subscribe. I really hope that you understand that by subscribing, we expose this channel to more avenues of speech. And my goal is that one day we will have a voice that warrants them trying to shut us down. Okay? Let's move forward. Let's stay positive. Trump in 2020. Have a good day and subscribe.